Alright, I'm in Danville, Kentucky. Boyd County. I was just watching my last video on YouTube. I need to do my I need to do Rumble. I really do, because YouTube sucks. But YouTube's easy because it's got an app and I just boom upload. So that's mostly why I'm doing YouTube. But I think Rumble's getting easier, so I might be doing Rumble soon. Here's a wild lettuce. It's kind of prickly, so I won't eat it raw. I'll have to throw it in like a juicer or something. But yeah. And I think this is an edible, but don't quote me on that. Anyways, I just got unloaded and I'm waiting for my next dispatch. So I figure I'll walk around and do another video. I got my juice with me this time. It looks like root beer, but it's actually my energy juicer drink. This here's Plantain. This is a look-alike. I'm not sure what that is. This is the round plantain. It's kind of rubbery, so that's how you can tell. And whenever it goes to seed, it'll shoot up a short, not real fat, but kind of fat stalk. And this here, that's the look-alike. So this is real smooth, and this is a little rough. It looks almost just like plantain, but it's not. I don't know what this is, but I do know what that is. So yeah, it's a little hard to tell them apart. But that's the difference. Rubbery, not rubbery. A little bit rough. Here's the Thistle. Like I said before in the last video, you can chew on this purple part like a bubble gum. It's sticky too. It's not bad. You know. It's not great, but it's not bad. I'm sure it's good for you. It definitely don't taste like no bubble gum. And I use my juicer as a chaser because some of this stuff don't taste too pretty. But it's good for you, so you know, you want to eat it. That's plantain, because it's smooth. You want to eat it because it's good for you. But if it don't taste good, well, then you chase it with something that tastes good. Mulberry. Here's the other plantain. Like I said, this is my more favorite one. It's the narrow leaf. It's kind of smooth, but kind of rough. It's not rubbery. And it too is good for you. That one tastes better than the rubber one. I don't necessarily need a chaser with it. It's not like super delicious, but it's not bad tasting. This is what we call poor man's pepper. If you like pepper, that gives you kind of like a pepper taste, pepper flavor. More mulberries, which is my favorite. And also sometimes these wild edibles kind of get stuck in your throat. And that's another reason to have a chaser. This looks like yarrow, but I'm not sure that it is. It might be though. Here's some more plantain. There's a lot of plantain. You can tell right here. These are the plantain stalks. Like I said, I'll eat them. They're not wonderful, but they're not bad. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Vern? Some more thistle. Some more wild lettuce. Prickly wild lettuce. Some more mulberries, but there's no mulberries. These are probably the male mulberry trees. Yeah, the plantain has a weird flavor. It's not real bitter. It's just unusual. And here's a bunch of dandelions. I prefer eating the flower over the green, but you can eat the green. Like I said in the last video, it's not a weed. We brought it here from another country as a food source. It's not even native to this country. I almost said planet. I could have accidentally said that in the last video. It's not native to this planet. We brought it here as a food source. Oh, goodness. It wouldn't surprise me if I accidentally said that. I accidentally say the wrong thing more often than I should. And I don't even catch it until later when I'm watching a video. I'm like, oh, crap. You know? Because unlike Johnny Depp, I re-watch my stuff to make sure I said or didn't say something wrong. But Johnny's got editors who edit his stuff. I don't have that. Here's the plant. Here's the broad leaf plantain stalk. So that's what it looks like. Definitely different from the narrow leaf. Here's the narrow leaf. And like I said, if you can get past the rubbery texture, it's probably not that bad. I just ain't got no teeth, so I can't chew it. Otherwise, I might like it. Throw it in a blender. Make a plantain bender. Hemlock. Oh, ooh. Mulberries. I found me some mulberries. Looks like some deer have been laying down over here. Maybe. See, I don't like them too juicy like this. That's not bad though. Yeah, the dark purple ones don't seem to have as much flavor. But like these kind of halfway pink and purple ones, those are the ones I really like. Like this one. But this tree's actually not too bad. The dark purple ones actually have a decent flavor. Now, I have some fruit trees on my land that I bought. They're not cheap either. I paid $50 for a tree about this big. So, and it's taken a couple years to get them to grow. One died. I don't know if my friend killed it by accident or on purpose, but he claims it was an accident. I gotta stop calling him my friend. My Judas. I like this tree. I wish I could take it with me. I normally don't like the purple fruit too often, but this one's got some good fruit. I'm gonna be here for a minute. I'll come back. That way I don't waste a whole video on me eating mulberries. But they're so good. There's a lightning bug. I could spend half the day here. These are amazing. Alright, on to the next whatever. I'll come back. Wow. That was a delicious tree. I have not tasted a mulberry that good in a while. I mean, I got one on my land that produces little tiny mulberries, and they're really good. But like I said, that's one of the better mulberry trees I've had in a long time. Here's another Bradford Pear. That's a good cooking wood. Oh, there's a little ditch there. There's a big ditch there. Like I said in the last video, I pretty much do all my cooking with Bradford Pear. And that's mostly because I was a tree trimmer. I still kind of am. I'm an arborist. And not like certified or anything, but I was trained by a certified arborist. And he said I was one of the best people he's trained. He said out of 30 years, he's only seen one other guy be as good as me with no experience, you know. But like I said in the last video, I used to climb mountains. So I'm just like, I don't know, maybe I'm just a natural climber. But, and I pay attention to detail. Here's dock. I don't know if this is yellow dock or curly dock or what kind of dock it is, but that's dock. And that's an edible. It's a wild edible. It might be in the lettuce family, I'm not sure. But you can grind these up and make flour out of them and cook with it. So it's good. There's some more. And there's some more. It's everywhere. So I was an arborist. I still kind of am. And if things work out according to plan this year, I may be doing it again with my brother. Judas and I basically had a falling out, so we're no longer working together. He was my ground guy, and I was obviously the climber. And he was good. He was really good at being my ground guy. He's really strong, he's smart, he's capable, and that's probably one of the few things he actually did reliably well. He liked, but when it came to cleanup, he just didn't want to do his part. He just wanted to once he just wanted to do the ground. He wanted to do part of the ground crew work, but he didn't want to do the other part. So, anyway, but yeah, that's one area that I can endorse him in. And if he wasn't a backstabber, I would hire him again for that purpose. Okay, this looks like a daisy, but this is not the daisy that tastes like carrots, I don't think. Let's give it a try. Nah, not really. It's got a small tinge of carrot taste to it, but it's mostly just bitter. Now, real quick before I get back to the arborist stuff. They say, if you don't know what something is, just take a small piece and try it. Not very big. And if you like the way it tastes and it doesn't make you sick, then the next time, try a little bit more. And then a little bit more and a little bit more. Each time, giving yourself an opportunity to make sure it doesn't hurt you. And whatnot. So that's one way to sample stuff to make sure that it's safe if you don't know or don't have YouTube or a book or someone else to reference. But a girl told me about, oh, it was one of my exes. She told me about this story where this guy, because she knew I was a forager, this guy accidentally ate the wrong berries and he ended up dying. He was a survivalist. He was out in the wild, blah, blah, blah. And later I found out that movie was a true story, but it wasn't a true story. It was based on a true story. And the true story was that dude was starving. He was out in the wild. There wasn't anything, he was up north, like in Alaska or someplace far, far north. And he was dying, basically. He didn't have enough food or whatever, and he was gonna freeze to death and die. And he ran across these berries, and he knew what those berries were, and he basically just ended his life, put himself out of his own misery. So that was what I heard was the true story. Because it's like, why would this educated guy who knows all about this stuff eat something that would kill him and not know any better? He pretty much knew all this stuff. And come to find out, he knew better. It was kind of like me and my dying wish with Hemlock. If I know I'm going to die, then I would probably go ahead and eat some hemlock to put myself out of my misery. Although I understand hemlock's not an easy way to go. But if I'm already dying, like I said, that's my dying wish, is to try hemlock. So I would give it a try. And then I would die. Give it a try and die. So anyways, here's some more dock. There's some hemlock right there. See, it looks like it might be tasty, and I hear it tastes really good. But I'm not gonna try it today anyways. So anyway, so back to, oh, here's some more thistle. And you can pretty much dig up the roots off thistle and live on it through the winter. And other roots, there's a lot of roots that you can live on in the winter. So arborists. Oh, that's that other one. It's not the daisy I like, it's the other daisy. It don't taste that great. I don't know if it's an edible or not. So, yeah, if this new guy works out on the land, he's a truck driver and he's a potential new business partner. And potential new business partner. And he's a truck driver, so he gave me the idea to slip seat run team with me. And so if we do that, he'll be out on the road 1 week, and then he'll be home the next week while I'm out on the road for a week, and vice versa, blah, blah, blah. So I can get more work done on the farm and still make some decent money. I'll make, you know, maybe $250 a week instead of, I'll make $500 a week instead of $1,000 a week. But he'll be out doing the same thing, and then we'll potentially be earning money on the land. So we'll have, you know, we'll be able to get our side hustle going together as a team. And somebody will be there to maintain it. This new girl or two might be coming up, and my mother's coming down. My brother's talking about coming down, so my new team might be a good, powerful team. I don't know. We'll see, because my last team sucked. So it's all about finding the right team and learning how to work well and play well together. So anyways, if he comes down, he's in Chicago right now. More mulberries. If he comes down, then we'll be a slip seat running team together. So I'll have a week off to go trim trees again with my brother this time. And not too bad. That other tree was better. That one wasn't too great. Let's try over here. Hemlock. Some people can't even touch hemlock without getting sick. I can eat deadly nightshade and not get sick, so don't always take my advice as whether or not it's edible, because it may not be edible for you. This one's not too bad. You know, always do your own homework, I always say. That didn't feel good. That was kind of spongy. This guy's in a hurry. Good thing he had a loud exhaust. That's why I have a loud exhaust, so I can warn the deer that I'm coming. Or maybe somebody in the bush is foraging. Look out, Kano's coming. There's some more mulberries. So, anyways, I primarily cook with Bradford Pear because I get paid to go out and trim people's Bradford pears. And I get it for free. And it's a good cooking wood. Actually, I don't get it for free. I get paid to go collect it. So I take it home. Of course, right now, that mulberry's not that great either. I mean, it's okay. That one on the corner, though, was all these mulberries to shame. This one's not too bad. It's got spider webs on it. Still not as good as the one on the corner. That was a good mulberry. I'm definitely going back to that. Let's see if I got dispatched. Not yet. Yeah, I'm using my work phone now to videotape. Because I'm waiting for dispatch. These people driving by are probably wondering what the heck I'm doing, because I'm technically on private property. I just delivered here, so I'm allowed to be trespassing, sorta, I think, maybe. Okay, this is a white mulberry. I don't like the white mulberries as much. That last one looked like it was a white mulberry cross. And this has like a purple tinge to it. But it's a white mulberry. It's not as good, and it kind of creeped me out because they look like grubs. But that's one of the better tasting white mulberries I've had. Like I said, I'm not a fan. So that one was actually kind of decent. There's some wild strawberries. They don't really have any flavor. It's like eating styrofoam. But they're nutritious. I always suggest people mix 50-50 these kind of strawberries with the regular strawberries. Because these will add nutrients to the other ones, and the other ones add flavor to these ones. This is a choke cherry. These are good, but they're not ready. My chickens love them. I might have got rid of my animals prematurely because I didn't know Josh was going to come down. And Sophie's not coming up till August. And I just have to get rid of my liability on the land. And I can't get rid of Judas until I got rid of the animals. But now that I got rid of all the animals, I can get rid of Judas. Now that I'm doing that, Josh decided he wanted to come down. I was like, well, heck, I wish you would have told me that sooner. But that's okay. I can get more animals. Right now, my stress level is a lot lower. Ooh, this one's good. Not a lot of berries here, though. Still not as good as the one on the corner, but that one was pretty good. I think that's in dock family, but I'm not sure. There's some more plantain. No, that's not. Never mind. Ivy. I'm not sure if these are edible. Oh, here's some more pokeberry. Like I said in the last video, pokeberry, once it forks and turns purple, it's not edible. Now this one here is starting to produce berries. And once these berries turn purple, those berries are edible. Oh, that's me echoing. I thought somebody was saying something to me. Once these berries turn purple, they're edible. But again, you only want to eat a few of them because it's not a food, it's a medicine. So, like plantain, I think plantain is food and medicine, but I think it's more of a medicine than it is a food. This, I think, is wild cherry. It's definitely in the, it's a fruit family tree. Yep, oh, here it is. Boom, choke cherry. But they're not ready yet. Oh, here's one of my favorites, chickweed. You can always tell chickweed because it's like a neon green. And it's really good. It's not like as good as like the daisy leaves. But it's not as good as my favorite lettuce, if you will. That one I was in the last video showing you. but it's not bad. Judas, I learned some of the stuff from him, but Judas says that this tastes like iceberg lettuce, and I disagree. I would say probably more like iceberg lettuce with minerals, because iceberg lettuce has very little nutrients. But I don't think it tastes like iceberg lettuce, but it's not bad. My mom likes it. I actually grow chickweed on purpose on the land for food. Like I said, it's not as good as that one I showed in the last video. These are pretty good, mulberries. It's not as good as that one lettuce that I showed in the last video. But once I got some more raised bed gardens, I'm gonna start trying to cultivate that lettuce and grow daisies so I can eat the carrot leaves. Carrot flavored daisy leaves. This tree's pretty good too. I'm not sure which one's better, this one or the other one. But that's a damn good tree right there. My fingers are gonna be purple. So this is either a hedge or a mulberry hedge cross, or it's just a male mulberry. Mulberry hedge and fruit are all in the same family. This might just be a mulberry, but fruit and hedge both have thorns. Oh, here's some blackberries. Fruit, oh, and some raspberries. No, those aren't raspberries, those are blackberries too. Yep. They're not ready yet. Oh, there's one that is. Maybe. Just one. Oh, it's gone. Oh well. Oh, it might have been a mulberry that fell off this mulberry tree. Alright. I'm starting to get full on the mulberry. Here's the juniper. They're edible. Juniper berries are high in vitamin C. Here's some more poke. It's going to flower. Again, don't eat it when it's after it forks and starts turning purple. Like in the last video, you got to make sure that mulberry is not that great. Poke weed, you have to cook it in order to make it edible. But again, once it forks, like it is here, it's already forked twice, it looks like. It's no longer edible. You have to wait for the berries to turn purple, then you can eat the berries. But this one's not as good as the other tree, so if I eat a mulberry, it's gonna have to be a sour one, because those are my favorite. Sour ones aren't too bad. Anyway. Oh wow, this place is huge. Oh, this might be another industry, another trucking company, or another warehouse. Anyways, not the same company that I've delivered to. Oh, what's this? This is henbit. The flowers on the henbit. Is that henbit? No. I'm not sure what that is. But henbit and dead nettle look a lot alike. They both have purple flowers. And the dead nettle flowers taste better than the henbit flowers. I don't know what that is, and I don't know if it's an edible or not. That's why I spit the flowers out. I'll probably be alright, but I'll dilute it with the mulberry. There is a clover. These purple flowers are also edible. The whole plant's edible, I think. Honeysuckle. I used to like to suck the honey out of them when I was a kid. It's not really worth it. But when you're a kid, you know. Yeah. Sorry if I get off topic. I tend to do that. You know, it's like I go on rabbit trails and stuff. A lot. Sometimes I'm good at getting back on track. Sometimes I totally forget what I was talking about. Funny story. My ex-wife used to try to change the subject all the time when we tried to talk about something she didn't want to talk about. She was really good at it. So I got really good at getting her back on the subject. And that has actually helped me out. Because when I go off on a rabbit trail, a lot of times I'm able to get back to the original topic. So that's an example of how you can grow from a bad situation and make it develop a good attribute from a bad situation. That's a different kind of mulberry. It's got some really long stems. But it wasn't too bad. It was pretty tasty. There's like probably 50 different types of mulberries out there. Oh yeah, cherry fruit. That's what I was talking about a minute ago and I got off topic. Twice, I think. So it's in the mulberry family. It's an Asian mulberry. I haven't had the liberty of trying any of the fruit yet. Like I said, I bought 3 trees. 1 died. I'm still waiting for it to produce fruit. I'm hoping Judas doesn't try to kill them before he leaves, because I'm basically evicting him. And that's one of my fears. But I don't know that he will. And I hope he doesn't. Because I paid good money for those trees. And but they're not growing very fast. Now I guess once they get growing pretty good, then they'll start growing faster. Once their roots are more established. But I'm really looking forward to trying that fruit. And I need to maybe start grafting this year, just in case he does try to kill my trees. Because they say you want to graft the chafe root onto hedge, because hedge is a lot stronger, and so the chafe root will it would be an advantage to the chafe tree fruit if it's on a strong tree trunk like a hedge, because mulberries not that strong. This tree's okay. Oops, I spit a seed on my monitor on my screen. More hemlock, more mulberries. These are the white mulberries. Not too shabby. If I say a white mulberry is good, then it's definitely got to be good, because I'm not a fan of white mulberry. But I already said that at least once. Whoa, these are some weird looking mulberries. Maybe they're diseased. That's freaky looking. Look at that. Maybe this is what happens when the white mulberry and the purple mulberry cross. They get all like freaky. Probably still edible. I'll try one. It's not ready yet, whatever it is. Alright, on to the next tree. Wow, here's some more freaky dickies. That's definitely, something's wrong with those mulberries. Probably don't want to eat them anyways. Freaky dicky. Poison ivy. I've never been allergic to poison ivy or poison oak. I still don't even know really what poison oak looks like. There's some more dock. We're almost to an hour. I should start turning around and heading back. But I haven't been dispatched yet, so I'll just keep going. There's some more dock, and then plantain, poison ivy, strawberries. I'm hoping that I find something different, but I'm pretty much just finding the same stuff. Wow, those are some big strawberries. Too bad these don't taste very good. It's like styrofoam. Yeah, they really just don't have any flavor. They're juicy, but they don't really have any flavor. I don't know why I just spit that out. I should have ate it, because it's good for you. But I'm an idiot. I'll eat this one. Yeah, it's just like eating water. It doesn't really have any flavor at all. So yeah, you put that in with regular strawberries and you're good to go. Because I think the regular strawberries are a little too intense. So you mix the two and it'll kind of like be a good combination. There's a lot of plantain here. I'm looking for daisies or that other lettuce that I like. But I haven't seen any. But there's a lot of mulberry. This looks like a rose bush. It is a rose bush. Those are good for you too. High in vitamin C. There's a lot of plantain here. Yeah, that's plantain. Judas would love this, except for the fact that it's growing next to the road, because that's his favorite plantain. I like the narrow leaf. He likes this one. So yeah, dude's got a lot of potential. He just doesn't really apply himself, and and I think he's a narcissist. A lot of people, not a lot of people, but a few people told me he was. And then after I said something to other people about it, they're like, oh yeah, classic. And I'm like, really? Why didn't you tell me this sooner? So, but I'm learning firsthand what narcissists do, man. They're crazy. Oh, is this raspberry? It looks like a raspberry. It is a raspberry. They're not ready yet, though. Raspberry. But yeah, I had his back for like 10 years, and then he basically cut my throat. But it started about 5 years ago. I just didn't get it. You know, I turned the other cheek, and yeah, and he just kind of backstabbed me. He's real nice to my face while he's stabbing me in the back. So, Dandelion. So yeah, him and I are pretty much done. I've been complaining about him a lot lately just because I'm pissed off that he's been on a smear campaign against me, and he's been doing this stuff to me for 5 years. But I'm starting to get over it. Once he's gone, and I have a clean plate, then I'll be doing a lot better. Right now I'm just clearing my plate, getting rid of my liabilities, just cleaning house. Once I have a clean house, I'll feel a lot more comfortable. And I'm almost there. So bear with me. More roses, more hemlock. I don't think I'm gonna find anything new. Pretty much the same old in this department. More mulberries. There's a lot of industry back here. Now I know why nobody's pulled over and asked me what the heck I'm doing. More strawberries. More dandelions. More hemlock. More plantain. More ragweed. They say if you have allergies to ragweed, you should eat it, but I'm not sure about that. I tried. I mean, you could try it. That's on you. I just take goldenrod, and I don't like ginger, so I take it in pill form. But ginger is good for allergies as well. There's a couple herbs that are good for allergies. And so I just take those like bone something. There's something that starts with or ends with the word bone, and that's good for allergies as well. And like I say, ginger and goldenrod. So goldenrod blooms and goes to seed right before ragweed does. So you can go out and harvest the goldenrod to help you fight the ragweed, because they grow basically real close together and about the same time. So yeah, pretty gnarly. Mother Nature is growing our cure right under our very noses. But we're not allowed to use the cure word. Only the New World Order people can use that word. It's illegal for we the people to say that we can cure someone. But I don't say that I can cure anyone. I say that Mother Nature can. God can. This is God's medicine. In my disclaimer, I say I cannot cure you. I cannot heal you. Your body can heal itself. You just have to give it the proper nutrients in order for it to do so. And that's pretty much fact. Just like my raspiness, I gotta clear my throat a lot. I call it an allergy, but what I really think it is I'm just not alkaline enough, and I don't drink enough water. To be honest, I think that's the problem. So I'm working on that. But and we're at the end of the line. So yeah, I'm working on that. My dad's got a similar issue, and I've had it for a long time. I'm not allowed to say the C word on here because I might get censored if I do. C19. But, you know, because I clear my throat and stuff a lot, people tend to think I got C19. And I tell them, I said, well, if I do, I've had it for 20 years. So, to be honest, I think it's just an acidic diet. I don't have enough alkalinity in my body. So I'm working on changing that. We'll see what happens. I keep trying to get my dad to do something about that, but he refuses. He believes everything the doctor tells him. Oh, my doctor says this. Oh, my doctor says that. And I'm like, dude, your doctor either don't know crap or they don't care, because they're not helping you. You know, they're giving you these pharmaceuticals that have all these side effects, and they're not helping him. He's only getting worse. Oh, there's grape right there. But anyways, it's like a friend of mine. She had this liver problem, and she's a nurse, right? She's got this liver problem, and I forget exactly what the problem is, but she described it as like a spaghetti liver. It's like her liver's all messed up. And the doctors, they don't know crap. They can't help her. They don't know anything. She's been taking Thistle. I'm trying to get her to eat dandelions, but she just can't bring herself to eat dandelions. Dandelions are good for the liver. Thistles are good for the liver. And I'm sure there's other herbs that are good for the liver too. Vitamin B is good for the liver, I think. No. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But she's been taking Thistle for many, many years. And she believes it's helping her. Her doctor keeps telling her that she needs to quit taking it, that it doesn't do anything. Well, even if it's working as a placebo effect, it's still working. because she believes it's working, and her problem's not getting any worse. I don't know if it's getting better, but it's not getting worse, if that makes sense. So either it really works or it's a placebo effect, which is just as good as long as it's working. So because if it does nothing, then what's the problem, right? You know, at the very least, they have minerals and vitamins in them. You know, herbs and stuff. At the very least, they got minerals. So, they're healthy. I mean, if they weren't healthy, why would the animals like goats and cattle and stuff, why would they not be eating them? Or whatever. Why wouldn't they eat? Would they not eat them if they weren't good for them? You know, goats love thistle. They'll eat it down to the ground. And, man, I wish these raspberries were ready. And the blackberries to boot. But anyways, yeah. There's got to be some nutrients in them. Even if they aren't a cure for anything, they are nutritionally packed with goodness. Whether they taste good or not, they do have nutritional value. So that alone is a reason to eat it or take the herbs and stuff. You know, it's like the herbs are only good for so long before they, you know, they have a shelf life, if you will, once you pick them and dry them out and stuff. Now, from what I understand, the two best ways to take your herbs or eat your food is either fresh or dehydrated. For some reason, they say dehydrated locks in the nutrients. You know, as long as you like dry it out real quick. You know, drying it out real quick locks in the nutrients. If you let it dry slowly, then the nutrients apparently dies over time. Drying it out quickly locks in the nutrients. Now that nutrients will too probably dissipate over time. But unlike pharmaceuticals, now pharmaceuticals, when they reach an expiration date, they actually become more toxic. And you have to like dispose of them because now they're hazardous materials. You know, like hazmat. Where herbs are different. When they break down, it's more like just eating dirt. And so then you're just basically just getting, it's like taking a mineral supplement. So it doesn't matter if you're taking an old herb or a fresh herb, you're still getting some nutrients out of it. The old ones you may not get as much, but it's just like I said, it's like eating dirt. It breaks down into like a dirt form, if you will, and it just basically all that's left is the minerals, the raw nutrients. And so you almost can't go wrong, really, with herbs, because like I said, it's just like taking minerals. So, and vitamins, depends on what it is. I think the fruits have more vitamins and the veggies have more minerals in them. So, there you go. All right, well, we're at an hour. So, I always feel weird talking when people are around because it's like I'm talking to myself and I don't want to look like a weirdo. So anyways, that concludes this video. Even though I am a weirdo. That concludes this video, and check out freefoodandmedicine.org and or freefoodandmedicine.net. freefoodandmedicine.net is my commission link to Marcus Rothkranz. He's got free stuff. He's got to buy stuff. He's got discounted stuff. He's got a lot of good stuff and a lot of free stuff. The freefoodandmedicine.org goes to all of my free stuff because I'm basically doing like a social network, if you will, for free food and medicine, where we can talk about this stuff freely, share free information, blah, blah, blah. I might have a donation page somewhere where you can donate. I don't even know if I have a donation page. I probably should have one. But it's all free. So, and the only way I make any money off of it is if you use my commission link and buy something from Marcus Rothkranz. And he's the one who gave me the idea to do the freefoodandmedicine.org stuff. And so I just endorse him freely, and because he's freaking awesome. And so is his wife, Kira. You know, they're not legally married in the eyes of Uncle Sam, but they're married in the eyes of God. So they had their ceremony and everything. So even though they're not married on paper,